In this video, I will be showing you a few C++ libraries and how to use their functions. These are very useful when it comes to wanting to display things, manipulate values, and much more. Stick around and I will walk you through how to set up the libraries you see here and how to call functions inside each library. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, this is Toxic Studios and I make learning game design easy for beginners. If you are interested in learning about programming or game design, or you just simply find my videos interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. Alright, with that being said, let's get on with the video. Alright, so the very first thing we need to do is set up our program, which is going to be our main function. So once you get your main function set up, we can move on to actually calling the libraries in our project. Also, if you're confused on what the main function is or how to set it up, I did a video on that and I will link it down in the description below. So moving on, to actually be able to call the library, we have to put #include first. And this is self-explanatory. It is including something to our project. So after you write #include, we now have to put a less than and a greater than sign, just like this. What these basically do is adds constraints of where our library will be located. Alright, so we have our include statement set up. Now comes the hard part. We have to figure out what goes inside the constraints. But luckily, I already know what needs to go here, and we will be using one of the most popular libraries in C++. We will be using what is known as IO stream. Pretty much what IO stream is it is input and output stream. You can think of it like a river. It allows for things to be brought in and out, aka displayed in our program. I'll cover more on this in just a moment. Before we move on, there is actually one more library I want to talk about, because it is going to be useful in upcoming tutorials. And this library is called IO_manip, which basically stands for input-output manipulation. As the name implies, it is going to allow us to manipulate our inputs and outputs. So let's copy this entire thing, this include IO stream, go underneath and paste it. And then we don't want two IO streams. We want our IO_manip. So remove stream and put in manip. Alright, now we should be all set. We can finally call two functions inside IO stream to get input from the user and display it on the screen. The first function we are going to call is known as cout. And what cout does is it basically displays anything that we want to. So now along with your cout, you want two less than signs and then quotation marks, just like that. And then don't forget your semicolon. Alright, like I said, you can enter anything you want here, but for the purpose of the tutorial, I'm going to say enter a number with a decimal, and then put a colon right there and space. You don't have to put the colon in space, it just makes it look a little nicer. Alright, so we have our screen displaying what we want it to display. Now we have to have a way of storing what the user types in. So first I'm going to come up here and I'm going to make a double. I'm going to name it input and set it to 0. Once you have your variable defined, we can now move on and do another function in the IO stream, which is cin. So notice you want to put this right under your cout statement. And now instead of two less than signs, we're going to use two greater than signs. And it's very easy to mix up the signs. So an easy way to remember it is that the cin sign points to something you're trying to grab. Is basically an easy way to remember it. So after our cin, we obviously want to grab input from the user and store it. So type in input and then your semicolon. So we are almost done with this program. Only thing we have to do is display input as a whole number. So to do this, we are going to skip a couple of lines. We are going to do another cout, just like before. However, this time, in the quotation marks, we are going to say that this is a whole number of... So I'm sitting here editing, and yes, I do see there's not an E there. I don't know how I missed it. And then a space at the end. Now we want to display the input again, because we don't want to say like the number 2, because they might enter like 50 or something. So we want to actually display their number. So what I'm going to do is, after your quotation mark ends, put another space and do 2 more less than signs and put in input. Whoops. So once you have this, we want this UI to look clean like we had it before. So we are going to do 2 more less thans. We're just going to do a colon and a space. That's all. And then we are going to do 2 more less thans. And now at the end, let's make this output be on a separate line than this cout statement. So let's do 2 more less thans, end L. Now what basically end L does is what the name implies. It ends the line. So it'll display all of this on a new line. And to keep your code clean, a good rule of thumb is when you end L in your code, actually end L. So next, we want to display the input as just the whole number. We want to take the decimals off. So to do this, write another cout. And this time, what we are going to do is we are going to say fixed, and then 2 more less thans, set precision 0. So what fixed does is it will take wherever they enter and put zeros all after it. And then what set precision does is it will display however many numbers you select in the parentheses after the decimal. So I have 0, so it won't display any numbers after the decimal. But if I put 1, it'll display 1 number after the decimal. So, but we just want to display it as a whole number. So put 0. Alright, so this fixed right here, this is a part of IOStream, and this set precision right here is a part of IO manipulation. So that is basically the point of using the IO manip, is because we are set precisioning the value they enter. So now let's go ahead and run this. I'm going to hit start without debugging, enter a number with a decimal. I'm going to say 12.65789. Hit enter. It says this is a whole number of 12.6579. But you notice that it's not displaying our actual number, and that is because we forgot to actually put input after this. So if we come in here and we do 2 more less thans and we say input, that will actually give us the number that we're going to be manipulating. So now I'm going to go to debug, start without debugging, enter a number with a decimal. So 12.7645. Enter. This is a whole number of 13. Or this is a whole number of 12.7645, and it says 13. That is because it is rounding the number, which that is perfectly okay in this situation. But there are fixes to this that I will not be covering today. But for right now, that is perfectly fine. This program does exactly what it's supposed to. it displays the rounded whole number of 12.7645, which is in fact 13. And you notice it does that because it removes everything after the decimal. So it rounds everything after the decimal. Alright, so that wraps up this basic tutorial of C++ libraries and their functions. Although I only showed 2, there are hundreds and actually endless of libraries out there, because you can actually create your own. However, you can get a lot of use out of the 2 I showed you. If you enjoyed the C++ tutorial, give this video a like, comment your thoughts, and consider subscribing. That would be greatly appreciated. This is Toxic Studios, and I make learning game design easy for beginners. Goodbye for now. See you next time.